Investigators say they recovered the cremated human remains of dozens of people inside a closed-up Akron church. Investigators say that discovery is connected to 41-year-old Shawnte Hardin of Akron. Some now wonder if the remains of loved ones will finally be returned to their families. 5 on Your Side investigator Joe Paganakis reports Hardin's already accused of providing funeral services without a license.
Well, the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation confirmed that they executed a search warrant here at the Greater Faith Missionary Baptist Church early Tuesday morning in connection with 41-year-old Shawnte Hardin, a man News 5 profiled back in 2019.
He didn't provide the headstone as of now or return any monies for the headstone.
Heather Al-Husseini says she wasn't surprised to learn the cremated human remains of dozens of people were discovered by investigators inside Akron's closed-up Greater Faith Missionary Baptist Church on January 11th.
No gravestone isn't the only problem.
News 5 reported on the funeral held by Heather for her mother, Barbara Davis Patel, in the spring of 2019, conducted through the church by 41-year-old Shawnte Hardin. But police say it was Hardin who took hundreds from Heather's family for a headstone they never received. Hardin also charged with writing a bad check for $1,800 to the cemetery in Mogador.
He probably didn't think the cemetery was going to act on that bad check as quickly as they did.
The case would later produce this 37-count indictment from a Lucas County grand jury. Hardin charged with providing funeral services without a license in Cuyahoga, Summit, Franklin, and Lucas counties. Heather says the discovery of the human remains in connection with Hardin at the church that handled her mother's funeral has her fearing the worst.
And then when the story hit today about that, and then we're like, why do we get that gut feeling that she's not buried?
It's still not clear what charges will be produced from the remains discovered here. Adam Sandin, president of Brunner Sandin Dietrich Funeral Home in Mentor, expects the charges to be significant.
Incredibly serious. I mean, the FTC and the state board will be involved very quickly if they're not already.
Sandin, who is also a member of the Ohio Funeral Directors Association, has advice for families who have just lost a loved one and are looking for funeral services.
But ask questions. They're required to show their licenses on full display inside the funeral home. So if you don't see those, that would be a red flag.
And we try to reach the Greater Faith Missionary Baptist Church by phone and by instant messenger about the human remains that were discovered here at this church, but we're still waiting for a response. Reporting in Akron, I'm News 5 investigator Joe Paganakis.